Ayo, Mythic Rare here. Thank you to all my A1 Day 1 subscribers, and for anybody new or just passing through, welcome. And I've been kind of scared to find out what my actual stash number is. I am very proud of this. Really want to expand the small shop section that have licensed paintings, and desperately need to prune this. I can't even fit all of the Diamond Art Clubs on my bed. And for any of you who have maybe picked up a diamond painting for the first time this holiday season because you were gifted it, or maybe got some extra scratch from Santa and you just picked one up and you're like, what the heck is up with this? This is State of the Stash 2026. Stay for one or stay for all. Everybody is welcome. Feel free to skip around. I've got timestamps in the description box. And this is what I call the Basic B toolkit because that's it. Tiny boat, plate of wax, and a pen, and that's all. So next, you've got a good toolkit. Plastic warning, mind your earbuds. They give you a few baggies for your extra diamonds. You get quite a bit of wax. You get some tweezers to help you get started. That's especially helpful if you have squares and you want to be dead on when you first start a section. That's mainly what I use them for. And then you have your pen. You may or may not have some multi-placers to pop in the end in one of these. But yeah, it's your, what I would deem your better or your good toolkit. For those of us who like to do what makes us sparkle, and we have some older kits pre Q4 of 2023, you probably have one of these. And then in case you don't have one or you just want a nostalgia trip, we've got a bag full of baggies, bagception, ton of bags. And because this came from one of my many square kits, I have a Stabby McStab Stab set of tweezers. I have stabbed myself with those actually, and I'm not going to name names, but I know a couple of creators who have stabbed themselves also, so keep that sheath on. You'll also get a cover minder. You can sandwich your clear plastic on your diamond painting in between these, and then it'll hold that back as you work. Type of cover minder may vary. And then next, you will get a washi tape. Whoop! There that goes. You know what? Editing Mythic can leave it in. It's always a surprise to see, like, what kind of washi tape and then what kind of cover minder you got in those. You get 2 pads of heart-shaped wax. And then, of course, you get your pen with a squishy and a boat with a stopper. And you get a 7-placer as well. So if you ordered sometime in 2024 or 2025, you're probably going to have one of these. The newer toolkits will come with either sparkle sticky putty or clear wax. The clear wax is a 2025 thing. But yeah, you'll either get this or you'll get this. And whichever refill you have, you're also going to have in your pen. You're going to get some heart-shaped wax. You're going to have a 4-placer. The 7-placer is usually the one that's inside the tray when you very first get it. I had just, again, had this packed for a extended weekend. So the reason why they call it a twist and pick pen, and we're just gonna let the 4 keep that, is because you can twist the barrel, and then as you can see, your wax is right there. And if you are a beginner, you're probably just like, okay, I could see how that's convenient, but why? Once you get to confetti, you will understand. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the kits. We are going to start with that over there, the unlicensed ones, and we're just going to work our way to the right. So we're going to do unlicensed, we're going to do small shops, and we're going to do Diamond Art Club. And I think I'm going to split it so that old boxes of Diamond Art Club will go first. New boxes for Diamond Art Club will go last. And welcome back. You love it, you hate it, and in 2020, if you are perusing Shein or Wish, you couldn't get away from it. Yep, I still have it. The infamous Peacock that stalked me all through the dumpster fire years. This is not my original Peacock. That one I think is halfway to completion when I took a look at it the other day. After I work on the ones that I already have in progress, this might be next, or I might just decide to get rid of the wax that's inside here and maybe switch out toolkits, who knows, for fresher wax and then donate it. I'll probably the second option, because I don't need to be doing more than one of those peacocks. I bought those two because I wanted to see kind of like the same image, but one is a round versus one is a square. Like the very, very old diamonds and washi diamond painting comparison videos, or like just even to see if I could get my hands on the special Peacock drills, because you know they would always show with the special drills, but then it never came with them. So that was my biggest letdown for this canvas. And moving right along. Okay, so I think this is the one of that one shrine in Kyoto. that has the cherry blossoms. I could be wrong. Oh man, this one is like fraying because it's a 50 by 40. And it is a double-sided adhesive. So this is like really, really going back. I don't think even a whole lot of budget companies do double-sided adhesive anymore because of the problems with like bubbles and rivers. But there it is. There's Kyoto right there. We've got Mount Fuji over there in the background. Maybe I can, yeah, I did in years past. I can see where I pulled up the cover. So hopefully, oh dear God. Yeah, that is, when I get ready to do this one, that is gonna have to go under my mattress for a very long time. Yikes. Oh. I'm not looking forward to that, but I could also do like what other brave folks have done, and there is a way where you can actually rip that double-sided tape off of the canvas and then just convert it to poured glue. Because it seems like more and more as I go on in my diamond painting journey, I'm having to use that dot stick a little more often. I mean, it certainly wouldn't be on my 2026 bingo card, but I certainly wouldn't be surprised if coming up soon, I'll just have to rip that off and then convert it for poured glue. Moving on. Okay, so we have another double-sided adhesive, and this is Sailor Scouts, Outer Scouts, no, Inner Scouts, excuse me. Ooh. Yep, I might just want to rip the tape off of this one and then just convert it all to poured glue, because that looks like fun. Nah, not really. And this cover is absolutely not wanting to cooperate with me because it's been like through its third round here on the State of the Stash. But left to right, Venus, Mercury, Sailor Moon, Mars, and Jupiter. Moving on. So just when I thought that I was done with the budget kits and I started going into the Munimade dust cover for some of my other diamond paintings that didn't come with a box, guess what I found? That's right, the Outer Sailor Scouts. So there they are. Uranus, Neptune, Chibiusa, Saturn, and Pluto. I had to put them in a plastic bag because I've had this kit for so long that its original plastic bag just got all crumply and a mess. This is gonna be another one of them where spoiled me from our small shops and from Diamond Art Club is like not looking forward to this, but you know what? That's part of the whole point of Lizette's Stash Refresh, is to get rid of the ones that we've had for a very long time so that we're not spoiled by all the new goodies. Not so much. Okay, so now for real, we're on to the small shops. So, 2023, I had Fallon Gems reach out to me and, or was it 2024? I think it was towards the end of 2023 is when Fallon Gems reached out to me and asked me if I would like to be an affiliate. So I got a few of their diamond paintings to try and I said yes. And one of the ones that I wanted to try had been chewed by my dog, Riley. Well, technically Alex's mom's dog, but still, the family dog chewed this one up, and Fallon Gems was kind enough to send a replacement. And it says just Livin off of Caffiene and Chaos. I don't know. 2026 just might be the year to do it because the trash pandas, y'all. The trash pandas are the new ducks. I am calling it right now. But yes, this has been inside of the Yuumei dust cover. So the plastic on that is all crinkled. But here is what the colors are going to be. This one has fairy dust. No, it doesn't have fairy dust. I'm thinking of the other one. Be Kind to Your Mind. That one has fairy dust. This one has ABs. I kind of wanted to do more of the budget side of Fallon Gems just to see what the budget side is. And I know it's like wanting to curl, but you know, it's poured glue. So, you know, we're getting out of our double-sided adhesive era and we're starting to get into some of the finer things in life. Okay. So we are gonna be moving along to the next. Okay, and next we have Distracted by Diamonds, Sweet Love by Kristina Belikova, and that was done in 2021. I believe that this was either a 2022. Yeah, it was a 2022 purchase. Wow. So like when I very first started the channel. As always, we salute you, box. You had one job and one job only, and you protected the goods and shipping. Yes, this poor box, but the goods are very good. Let's see how they've held up over time. So this is before the fairy dust era, and I think that this is just a ginormous sheet of release paper. Now that I am, you know, more accustomed and everything. Obviously, this shiny, wow, can't talk. Shiny side would go down, and then the matte side would be facing up. You know, didn't know what that was previously until I started getting things like that from Jaded Gem Shop, and now it's like, oh yeah, now I understand. So this is pre-cut sticker labels. This is awesome. Back from way long ago. And then this doesn't have any pre-charted ABs in there as far as I can tell. If you all go through my unboxing playlist, you're gonna see that she included some extra goodies for us, and she had like red crystal enhancements. Now that I have obviously, you know, like built up a stash of ABs and everything, and like crystals and fairy dust and like all of these cool things for having diamond painted for so long, and then for having had a channel for a minute. Oh, yeah, there we go. It's licensed! Woo! Fallon Gems, by the way, is licensed too. They just have that posted on the website just in case you're watching and you're just like, why didn't I see any licensing from Fallon Gems? That they just have theirs posted online. Anyways, back to this one. She gave me red crystals with the purchase of this kit as like a free gift. So obviously, like, we could put that in the bow, or we could put that like right around the rim of the hot cocoa mug, or like up in the stripes in the candy cane. I think would be good placement for those. But now that I have access to fairy dust, I'm thinking bling the daylights out of the mistletoe. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, like, really good charting. I don't know, like, what was up with the glue on this one, but it's like the glue just, I don't know if maybe like the glue was ultra strong, it didn't like dry right or something, but the glue is just like suctioned on to this cover. This is absolutely one where I would not want to fight with it the whole entire time. I would just like rip the cover off and then just like release paper over top the whole thing. But yeah, if you're getting from Distracted by Diamonds, your edges are finished. So you don't have to deal with fraying. Which, like, for the price, and for, like, when it was ordered and everything, it is really good quality. And you know what? That box is, like, such a trooper, because that box is actually held up better over the years than my Diamond Art Club boxes. So, kudos to them. Okay, y'all might recognize this one from earlier in the year. Onsen. This is from Enablers Outpost. And then this is by the artist Hiroko. And I wish I would have waited for this canvas just a little while longer, because shortly after I got it, I found out that there was a collaboration with another small shop where they had a duck themed pen that went along with this canvas. And you could only get the pen and the canvas as a package deal. So I'm just like, that's kind of a bummer, but you know what though? I wanted to order again from Enabler's Outpost, because like the only order that I had from them diamond painting wise before that was the Winter Girl, and that had already been like some years removed. So yeah, like it had been a minute, but we have fairy dust and we have ABs. So we have entered the modern era. So there is that, and here is our color palette right here. All of our specials are at the end, so this one is a fairy dust. That is a fairy dust as well, and then we have the yellow AB. Very color blocky, which I absolutely love. I know some of y'all, it's not your cup of tea, but I absolutely love color blocking, because my life is very busy. I don't need my diamond paintings to be all that busy. Buy again and save. Welcome 10. A very sticky glue. But yes, the ducks. Love the ducks. And then there's Fuji over there in the background. Oh, and I didn't even notice this the first time I unboxed it. It's got the Onsen, or the hot tub symbol right there in the sun. That is cute. That is very cute. She's got like her loofah right there, her bath caddy, all of that. Absolutely love it. And moving on. In the same order as Onsen, I have the Enabler's Outpost 90s Girl from Hiroko as well. And I noticed a thing that I didn't notice before, or I don't know. But there's a little rocket ship in the back, in the very, very back of the canvas, which I think that that's really neat, because of, as kind of like a nice thing about the 90s canvas. Because for those of you who are maybe younger than me, I know most of my audience is older, but in case I do have a few younger folks watching, there were 2 space shuttles that unfortunately did not make it back to us in the 90s. And that's kind of why when we had the astronauts get stuck on the space station again, it was a very, very big to-do for a minute. Go look up the Space Shuttle Columbia and watch documentaries on that. Anywho, y'all didn't come for that. Y'all came to see this. This is a very nostalgic one. So we have either a Xbox or a PlayStation controller, or GameCube, you know. But assuming that it is pink, it would be either PlayStation or Xbox, because you could get those in different colors way back in the 90s and early 2000s. I know now they can come out with all kinds of colors for whatever console. Pager, photo booth, a nice nod to Miffy the Bunny, and then there's a rainbow over there, so it makes me think of Lisa Frank. And then we have jewel case for CD, Razor flip phone, CD player, and Tamagotchi. Oh yeah, and then the sunglasses, like, oh my lord, so many interruptions. There's our cat. And then earlier I had to pause because the dog was going berserk. Somebody just came home. Berserk as in, I'm going to tackle you and give you a bunch of kisses. So there is our save. There's our welcome 10. And then there's our licensing again. And then, as you probably already saw, scalloped and poked edges. And we have legends on the canvas. And then these are our sticker labels. They're big, actually. I like that. And then you can just, this part isn't pre-cut, but you could obviously, you know, scissors and trim that how you need for your logbook. Here is our color story. And yep, this one has fairy dust in it as well. Gorgeous color palette. All right, moving on. Okay, so I think that this is the last of the small shop license diamond paintings, and this is De los Muertos by the Mermaid Cavern. Sadly, they were only open about a year, and then they had to shut their doors. They will be forever missed. So I am, you know, kind of like wanting to not do this kit because, you know, once I do this, that's it. They're out of my stash unless I can pick one up on a D-stash. But there she is. It's pre-cut sticker labels. This was prior to the fairy dust, but we've got a load of ABs in there. Very colorful. And then it comes with a spare inventory sheet as well so that you can audit your diamonds. I believe that I did that with the Mermaid, with the Audrina. And I had all the colors that I needed, so I'm not anticipating missing any colors from there. But also, my spare drill stash is very extensive now, so whatever I am missing, if I should be missing anything, I probably have it already. So I'm looking at this and I'm just like, yeah, looks like quite a bit of color blocking, but these Mermaid Cavern kits have confetti that just sneaks up on you. So, so if you have one of their kits and you're thinking of maybe doing it for an event, if you're gonna do one of their Halloween ones for Drills and Chills, then I would say make sure that you can start it on September 1st, have it kitted up and ready to go so that you have the highest likelihood of finishing your project. Because I thought that there was a lot, well, of confetti and Adrena, and then like once I started working on it, it like really just whoa, like it snuck up on me and it got me good, but very rich, very vibrant colors. And then y'all are probably starting to notice, if you're watching a bunch of these back to back now, that some of these budget shops have them pre-bagged. So if you come across this from a D-Stash group and you're wondering, like, how do your drills come from the Mermaid Cavern, you're gonna get it kitted up already into bags. So if you're a bag person, hey, there you go. All right, moving on. Okay, this is day 2 of filming, and we're gonna do smallest to largest diamond art clubs, and we're gonna start with our old boxes first. So this was one of my mystery add-ons, and it is a square. It is Expecto Patronum, and back then the like intellectual properties that they had special deals with were the only ones that got the wraparound branding and graphics. So back a few years, like this was special. This is cool. Not that it still isn't special or cool, but you know, it was just something different that Diamond Art Club did at the time. So this comes with 20 colors to Aurora Borealis, 22,704 diamonds. And then this one is not going to have a toolkit because when I demoed the toolkits earlier, I took the toolkit from this one. So in case you're wondering why I'm missing a toolkit. And then whenever we have canvases that have AMZ, on the licensing information, that means that sometimes you could also get this kit in Amazon. Which normally I don't think you can get the Amazon kits in Diamond Art Club, so at least not that I've been able to see anymore. So the fact that they did this, that was actually pretty cool. And then here is our color story. It's a lot of dark blue, obviously. And then this is the way old style of how they did the colors. Well, I shouldn't say way old, but I mean, well, old in terms of the diamond painting world. But the 140 and the 141 and the 120 would be our ABs. And then there is our sticker sheet. I mean, I'm sure that my thingamajig is probably void at this point, but whenever you get them from Amazon, or if you pick one up, like, I don't know if Michael's, I think Michael's might carry them still, but if you were to pick one up from a place other than Diamond Art Club, you have to scan the QR code and then register it, so then you get your warranty. I probably didn't do that, but then again, this is a teeny tiny kit. We all know that Mythic is crazy, and she also has a emergency box of square art dot drills that that is just sitting in her desk drawer over yonder. So that is that. Moving right along. So this was another mystery add-on kit as well. It is Virgo Zodiac Galaxy by WinWin ArtLab, and it is 33 by 33 centimeters. I kept it this whole entire time sealed in the plastic, and I am going to keep it like this just because of humidifier in room, and it tends to destroy boxes. So not unboxing this one, but it's just showing you that I have it. It's here in my stash. Okay, and we have It's Okay to Be Different, and it says it's by Diamond Art Club. Don't know who the actual artist is, but this is for autism awareness. And yeah, I haven't had this one too long. I got it in spring of 2024, and this is what humidity does to the glue on the older boxes. The newer boxes, not seeing that quite so much, but you know, as we get to the end, you'll see that I've kept the plastic wrap on a lot of them. And this is when they were starting to do like the perforated cover, but we didn't have the upgraded toolkit. Let's see, there's our sticker for the other side of the box. Oh, this one has cherry blossom washi tape. Should probably steal that. But there are a lot of special drills in this one. That was also kind of why this one is... Oh, it's other way around. And that's why this is also such a big deal, is because we have an Electro, we have an AB, we have a crystal, we have some more crystals. Let's see. Okay, so we have AB, 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 Electro, the 2 crystals, and then there's our fairy dust. So the charting team spared no expense on this. It is a partial. So as you can see, this part right here, like not sticky at all, and then our glue is like right there. Absolutely love it. Got this in honor of my boyfriend. He is on the spectrum. And then we also have my sneaking suspicions that I'm on the spectrum as well. However, I have not been formally diagnosed like he is. Moving on. So I had really wanted this one for a minute, and it was my first time ever with the whole like Saturday release, and I missed it, and I was super salty because I wasn't even Diamond back then. I was a Sapphire member back then, and I was like I was just straight up mad that I missed the early release on I'm Here for the Food by MrsbutterD. This was like one of the first MrsbutterD kits that she ever had with Diamond Art Club, and I absolutely just fell in love with it. So I had to wait a minute for it to be restocked, and then I got it. And then this is another one where the box was falling apart. And I think I already... Oh, I didn't get the washi tape from this one. Nah, it's not a very pretty roll anyways, so I'll just leave it. So many events, too little time. Would have been perfect for like the pink and black event for Valentine's Day, but I think my February is already spoken for with the fairy tales and folklore. All right. So this has the perforated cover. It doesn't have like any of the pink lines or gray lines, but we can see it is indeed there. And we have in this one, this is where they still had a lot of the ABs right up here. So we have 126, 127 as our ABs. And then we have 4 fairy dust, Z151, Z554, 963, and 3766. So fairy dust and like the hem of her shorts, and like right here where it highlights, we have fairy dust and the sprinkles in the donut, and then kind of in like the rainbow arch right behind her. We have fairy dust right here and the sleeve of her sweatshirt. Where else? Where else? Where else? Oh yeah. There's specials in here. And the boba, the number 1 is right in here. And then number 2 is in like the apex of her headphones. And then also in the lid of her boba right here. Oh, and then I'm here for the food. All of that is a fairy dust as well. Wait, so her entire sleeve of her sweatshirt with that straight line is gonna be all fairy dust. I need to keep my eyes peeled for some food related events because, yeah. I know there were like some food related events and stuff here in 2025. I need to see if they're going on sometime in 2026. But this is our color story right here. Obviously a lot of 153 because of that background. But it is also round, so if you have this one, I have a feeling that this is probably going to work pretty quickly, especially if you're a fan of color blocking. If you have this and you're a fan of confetti, I know for a fact that you're going to be living for the center of the actual canvas. This is one of those ones that make me scratch my head and wonder, is it worth attempting to learn how to use the wheel for like this level of background, or am I just gonna be faster if I load up a 12 placer? And if y'all know what the wheel is, then you truly are an OG. If you're scratching your head and you're just like, what is this mythical diamond painting wheel you speak of? It's this thing where you can attach double-sided tape to it, and then you can use it to pick up diamonds, and you can attach that strip onto a wheel, and then you can just like roll your diamonds onto the canvas. Okay, moving on. Okay, and this one is Moon Elf by Riika Sofia Riekkinen, and I picked this up in a D-stash. And my humble opinion, should have been titled Night Elf because it looks like a World of Warcraft Night Elf, but you know, probably copyright. Whoops. But this is going to be my top pick for the folklore and fairy tale event, because we see that a lot. Like in Europe, elves are folklore. And then there went my sticker labels. It is around, and we got training circles. Zesty says hi. We got training circles. Like, yo, that is old. Got one of these though, and you know what? It's still sealed. I can't believe it. I haven't like undid this one and the other couple of times that I've had this on the channel. You know what? let's open it. What did we get? Got that kind of washi tape. So we got one of the clear sparkly boats with 7-placer, bag full of baggies, bagception. We've got a blue pen and a squishy. We have heart-shaped wax. Oh, we have a very kawaii strawberry. That's lovely. And we have our 4-placer. So I am actually going to steal that washi tape and that cover minder. And moving on to the next. And then this is Mystery Kit Dark Fantasy by Christopher Lovell, and it is a 60 centimeter by 85 centimeter square. Yeah, if you don't want any of the mystery kits to be spoiled for you, please click on one of my other diamond paintings that are going to be coming up next in the description box below. This one is mystery kit number 36. For those who do not mind being spoiled or have already done it or just don't like care and you're just wanting to see, well, stick around. But if you do not want this one to be spoiled for you, please just click off. And then, yeah, I'm like having to be a little bit careful with this one because the box is wanting to come apart as well. But I have only one mystery kit. I've never done them before, and I wanted to give this one a try. It is the only Christopher Lovell that I actually have in all of my diamond painting collection. So it is like you can kind of sort of like maybe pick out patterns and stuff like that. Like I can kind of sort of see maybe like the moon or something, but other than that, can't really see much of everything. Like they have disguised this pretty well. But yeah, they always include this lovely thing for keeping the mystery alive, which is why I went so far as to say, hey, you know, if you don't want this to be spoiled at all, please click off. My sticker labels, because this has gone through a couple of states of the stash now, my sticker labels are all wonky. It's okay though, because like I could probably tape them down or something to my diamond painting storage, but just with these older sheets, this is kind of sort of, you know, what happens when you unbox it and show it off multiple times. But I can see that we have 3 ABs because of our colors beneath 150 at the time that this was produced, and then we have 1 crystal right here. And then of course, you know, with it being true to Christopher Lovell's grittier type of artwork. We have like a lot of neutrals, a lot of like dark colors. So that's what the mystery kit looks like. Moving on. So on a happier note, this is Cotton Candy Princess by Auclair Studio, and I've seen a couple of people do this one. I actually picked this up as a new release. I fell in love with the image when she first came out. She is round. She is 50.7 by 50.7 centimeters, so perfect square. And Auclair Studio tends to have some really good images. I kept this actually in the back of my bookcase, so the box is in okay condition. And I believe this is when we're starting to get into the perforated cover and the fairy dust. Absolutely love her color palette. Such a fun color palette. Let me see, it may not be completely in frame. There we go. There she is. We have 1, 2, 3 ABs, and then we have 3 fairy dust. So I can kind of see like right off a lot of the fairy dust, like right here, and then right here. It's all going to be in her eyes. And then the number 1 and the number 2, like number 2 right here, and then right here. That's all going to be AB, and then same with right here as well. And then her nails. I am looking for number 1. Oh, I'm not really finding number 1 much at all. But it's in there. It's clearly on the legend, so it must be somewhere on the canvas. I'm not going to hunt for it for forever, but just the fact of like where they have charted a lot of these, and then also like with that greater than sign being like a lot of her hair and stuff like that, this one is gonna be a stunner. Again, I have found out over the years that I like to color block a lot. I can't just do like straight up color blocking. It has to be like a pretty good mix of color blocking and confetti, but I lean more towards the favor of color blocking. So yeah, really looking forward to doing this one. And I have a feeling that it might be just one of the ones I'll do in between events. Moving on. Okay, neutral lovers, y'all should like this one. It's Rebreathe by Yuumei Art. It is 65 centimeters by 98 centimeters. So she is a tall girl. And I got this because my allergies are basically a meme at this point, and I'm kind of I have a feeling that I might actually hit maintenance before I finish my stash, but the whole entire goal with this is I do this as soon as I hit maintenance with allergy shots. Yeah. Neutral lovers rejoice. I am surprised that I was able to get this to fit so nicely back inside of the box, because that is the equivalent of a small child But yes, lots of earth tones and then some bright pops of green and yellow. Surprisingly, there's a blue in there, which that kind of threw me a little bit. The actual sticker sheet for this one is in pretty good condition. I'm impressed. So this has 3 ABs. And then it has 1 fairy dust. And then this is when Diamond Art Club started producing their own drills. So whenever we see 6000s is when Diamond Art Club has been able to make their own drills. And yes, you have a perforated cover. Seems like they did perforated cover and fairy dust at the same time as each other. But yeah, I remember when I very first started allergy shots, it felt like I needed an oxygen mask to even go outside when it was pollen season in Arizona and the Palo Verdes would be all blooming. So yeah, it's pretty much my reasoning behind getting this one is because she has an oxygen tank, but she's breathing in all of the plant things. And I want to be able to do that someday. Just like walk outside and like not get triggered. Okay, moving on. So this is one of the ones where I wanted to give it away to a family member, but I could not bring myself to do so because the box is in, like, I have no idea what was up with this box, but it decided to fall apart on me. And this is one of the ones that was a kind of recent mystery purchase, but it's all fish do go to heaven. It was just one of my, like, oh, you can add this kit on for however much, and then you get it. I still think that she looks like Cinderella, by the way. Yep, our stickers are in good condition still. And this has 1, 2, 3 fairy dust, or 3 ABs, excuse me, 1 fairy dust. I think how they have it charted is a lot of the fairy dust is gonna be like right here and like the light blue of her dress. And in case you couldn't already tell, it is Mandie Manzano, and it's a square. And then this is our color story, neutrals, and then lots of blue, pops of reds and pinks. And orange, of course, for our goldfish. Get the toolkit out of the way. And then let me roll her backwards. Oh wow, so maybe they didn't do perforated cover at the same time as the fairy dust, because this still has the old cover. No perforations. But yep, there we go. E is our fairy dust, and E is like all right in here, up in the bodice. And just everywhere we see like, no, not in there, but kind of like everywhere we see this color blue, it's just all over. So this is another good one too if you like neutrals. Okay, moving on. Okay, so Onihime is typically a kit that we show at the end with the Margaret Morales's, but because this is an older box, and because my Margaret Morales collection has like exponentially grown because of the quest that I'm on, in case you haven't been following the channel recently, I have decided to try and collect all the Margaret Morales kits. But yeah, this is her. I have a feeling that it was named the way that it was for copyright reasons, but we all know that that's Ari. We all know that that's a Leandri's Torment. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a degenerate. Well, not so much anymore, but I was a degenerate when I was younger. I played League. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't so bad because I was never banned off of League. But that is her color story right there. This was like this one, and I forget if it was either Satura or if it was Dragon Spirit. That I think it was Dragon Spirit actually, that Margaret Morales debuted with at Diamond Art Club. I mean, I could be wrong, but I kind of remember those two kits coming out first, and I had to decide between this one, Duck Bath, and Dragon Spirit the one year, and I'm just like, well, I'm just gonna get my two must-haves. So obviously my League of Legends main was was going to be pick number 1, and then I had to choose between Duck Bath and Dragon Spirit, so I chose Duck Bath, and I'm glad I chose Duck Bath because I was able to pick up Dragon Spirit later, and then Duck Bath only got restocked the one time, and it was an instant sellout. So she has 69 colors, and we have 2 Fairy Dust, we have an Electro 444, and then we have 1 AB. So yeah, she is very gorgeous. The 444 is going to be the square, so it's in the collar or the hem of her kimono right there, and is it anywhere else? I do not believe so. No, I'm not seeing it. But like this light blue right here, we have some fairy dust. We have some fairy dust right in here and in here as well as right here, and a little bit in her hair. Got some fairy dust in here. I'm assuming that that's a lantern, like one of those red paper lanterns. And in here, in her obi sash. And then the number 107, it's all like in here. And then in the lantern. And of course, like her eyeshadow. And yes, she is the one where every single time there's a wildfire scare, tornado warning, you know, whatever catastrophe, I always grab this kit before I run out the door. Because if somebody decides that they're just gonna completely delete my home and my stash at the same time, I'm starting over with this one. Anyways, moving on. We have the one and the only Duck Bath. The one that has driven the diamond art community wild. It's by Art by Julia. It was her debut kit, not this Black Friday, but the Black Friday previous. It is 65 centimeters by 80.9 centimeters, and it has 30 colors, including 1 Aurora Borealis, 5 Fairy Dust Diamonds, total diamonds 84,825. We have already confiscated the trading card for this and have put it into my collector book. So in case you are wondering why I am not showing that, that is why. Also, in case this is the first one that you clicked on and maybe you're brand new to Diamond Art Club and you're wondering like, what do you get for tools? Please go to the description box because I show you what comes in their toolkit, so then I don't have to like repeatedly do this for the oodles and oodles of kits that are already in my possession. Okay, so here we are. I know some of you may be freaking out about when this kit was released because mine came with pink lines. There was this time in the diamond painting community when they first started doing this, and it happened to some of these kits where the cover was put on the wrong way, and then people's canvases got marked off with the pink lines. If you had a square, you know, and your placement was done on, you could cover those up, or you could choose to chat with Diamond Art Club, get it replaced, especially if you had a round, because the pink would show through all of your round drill gaps. If you have a pinked canvas, I would still say go ahead and reach out to them. They have phenomenal customer service. See what all they are willing to do for you. But as you can see, I have been blessed. Mine is not pinked. And they absolutely did a phenomenal job on the charting, because all of our water, with that up arrow, all of our water is a fairy dust. And then with the clover right there, all of that is like frosted as well for the window. And then these bricks are supposed to be like them frosted glass bricks you see sometimes in basements or in bathrooms, and then they charted those to be all fairy dust as well. My gosh, my mic is wanting to come off again. We're just gonna keep it in and keep it moving. The beaks of our duckies, that is fairy dust with that L, and then the N, if I can, yeah, right there. It's in the yellow in the towel. Oh, and then that bottle of like shampoo or whatever, that is fairy dust. That bottle right there, that's a fairy dust. But yeah, like this is chock full of fairy dust. This is like so awesome. Love the analogous color palette. And oh yes, this is the only Art by Julia kit that I have. It's the only one that has spoken to me, like, out of all of her kits. So once I do this one for the Art by Julia event coming up in January, I won't have any more of her kits. But yeah, I'm happy with the one that I do happen to own, especially how, like, I could have missed it because it was a Black Friday release, and I could have had to wait for forever for it to get replaced because it would have been pinked, and I dodged both bullets. So I am super thankful to have this one. I know that I will have a fun time working on this. All right, moving on. The things we do for good audio. I had to change out my headband for another headband, and if y'all could see me, I look pretty hilarious because I am wearing a cat ear headband. But hey, whatever I can get to get my mic to hook onto it, it's all good. We have Mermaid Tea Time by Rosie Scribbles. Seeing the sneak peek, I believe Diamonds and Washi had the sneak peek for this. Like I was like, all right, take my money, please. Give me this kit. And I was not at all quick enough to get this the first time around. I had to wait a hot minute for it to restock, but I did eventually get it, as you can, yeah. 70 centimeters by 88 centimeters. It is 99 colors, 2 Aurora Borealis, 1 iridescent diamond, and 3 fairy dust diamonds. This one was released at the time when the whole pink lines was very much a worry, but by the time I had gotten it on a restock, that was no longer a concern. This was one of the boxes that was a little bit closer to my humidifier, unfortunately, so that's why it is splitting apart. And then this had so many diamonds, and I had such a struggle with getting them to, like, behave themselves that I had to do this, the hair tie method. I had to originally do that too with Nathaniel Mortenson's magical potions. I had to put his drills in a hair tie too because, like, that was just about the same number of drills. Oh yeah, I forgot. We have a crystal. Woot woot. Is it just me, or does it seem like their crystals are almost always red? I don't know. Might just be me. Oh, and then there is our toolkit. I think the toolkit is off camera. I don't have to move it. Yay. But there is actually a lot going on with this kit. Like, if I wind up being ahead of schedule and I finish Adrena by Mermaid Cavern, which, spoiler alert, I couldn't find 5 bags of diamonds for Adrena, and they were all the ABs in that kit, sadly, so I'm waiting on Shimmering Canvases to deliver my drills that I had misplaced. But if I wind up finishing Adrena before Mermaids and Magic kicks off in March, then I'm planning to get her completed, because by then, if all goes according to plan with the magical potions, I should have that finished as well. And then I'll have my 2 Elizabeth wards free for her to take up. And yeah, with the 98 colors, I am absolutely gonna need both my Elizabeth wards. But yeah, like, there is so much in this canvas. It's like all the little details and everything are just phenomenal. By the way, the crystal, that is gonna go in here in the teacup, and then in here in this flower, and then in the center of this flower, center of this one as well. Everywhere that we see white on the canvas, that is also going to be a fairy dust. And everywhere that we see splotches of yellow with that sunrise symbol. So then, like, up here in her hat with the flowers, that is going to be a fairy dust. And then up through here, like in the vine, where you see like the gas tank symbol, that is a fairy dust. So then you're gonna see that over here as well. And then some of the lily pads. So that is absolutely gorgeous. This is also back when we still have our ABs beneath 150 listed at the top of the legend. So number 1 and number 2 are gonna be fairy dust as well. I see a lot of number 1 in her hair, like in the highlight section where it's like lighter pink. And then where we see the pale yellow, like in the flower in the hat over there, that's going to be an Aurora Borealis. So she is absolutely lovely. Glad to have received her. And I was so salty that I missed out on the new release of her, but I'm glad that I waited for that restock because she is not pinked. Okay, and moving on to the next. So I wound up finding out that a certain someone came into restock around the time that Diamond Art Club was making all the changes with the new toolkit and then the new box. So this is Dragon Spirit by Margaret Morales. She did not come with a trading card, and I wasn't expecting a trading card in here in the original unboxing, but I had to go back and I had to like take a peek as I was like getting all of my canvases because I had just plumb forgot. And I'm glad that I put so much on video now and send it to the channel, because some of these things I would forget. But if you got that very first rerun of Dragon Spirit, you got all the new goodies, but you didn't get the trading card. I'm kind of regretting the fact that I have this without the trading card, but at the same time, I am just like, well, you might be waiting for the rest of forever if you don't purchase it. So that's the gamble that I took, was I didn't get a trading card. Lots of lovely blues, pops of reds, pinks, some periwinkle, and of course we have the electro diamonds. The thank you pamphlet was a little bit different for this very first iteration of these as well. One moment. Because remember, the thank you pamphlets used to come like this. They're like, now it has like this little diamond right here in the middle that you like squeeze and you open. But yeah, it's like this. So it still is like all the same things and stuff. They just took that diamond design and they moved it to be the closure on it. But I absolutely love that they did this, because now I can store my stickers for longer and they remain intact. And I did not realize Ecru is a skin tone. The K444 is obviously going to be our electro. There's 2 fairy dust, the Z743, Z3865, and then there's 1, 2, 3 crystals. I forgot about that. And then there's 2 ABs with the 1 and then the 2. But yeah, the they spared no expense when it came to the specials in this kit. Okay, moving on. So I have a rather interesting story with this one. It was a new release from Diamond Art Club, and I looked and looked and looked. Nobody had the unboxing for this, and I had, you know, like just gone through the normal order process, and I was like, wait, do I really have the first look? Sure enough, I got it before even some of the sneak peekers were able to get this kit. It is I Will Leave a Light On by Miss Holly. Yeah, unfortunately, humidity got to her as well. I have 62 colors, 3 Aurora Borealis, 2 Fairy Dust Diamonds. And so now and I promise you, I'm not going to bore you with the toolkit. But now, when we have our thank you pamphlets, they all come like this, where you pinch the diamond, it opens up, and then there's your book. And then it was like me and then a couple of other people had made the suggestion of, instead of having the trading card float like inside of the sleeve on the inside, they have started putting the trading card inside the envelope. So absolutely adore the color palette. Lots of pinks, purples, berries. There's a trilogy with this one because like the companion pieces is Yule, and then they also with like there's a third one that came out this year. And when I see this, every single time I think of like all those holidays as a airline worker where like I needed extra scratch for presents or for bills, etc. And I would, you know, like me or my other family members would be in the same boat. So then like we wouldn't actually have Christmas on Christmas. We would like pencil it in some other days. Same thing with Thanksgiving as well, or all the other holidays. And then whenever I would actually have to report to the call center, my family would always leave the light on. So, and you know, when I was like way younger and like earlier in my 20s in my career, just starting out, I didn't have a choice of whether I got to work those holidays. It's like, congratulations, you're voluntold, you have to work this. But now that I've earned my keep, so to speak, I do get to choose, do I want to work it versus not. And I just like the thought of someone leaves a light on because they care and they're thinking of you. Every single time. It makes me cry whenever I see this kit. So absolutely I had to have it, and I'm gonna go now. I need a cry fan. Okay, so back about the beginning of 2025 was when we saw that Marilyn Casanave was having a new series. She was gonna do her Zodiac kittens. I've already completed Gemini. this one is Libra. My boyfriend is a Libra, so, yeah. Classic matchup, if you ask me. Oh yeah, and then for a hot minute, Diamond Art Club was doing this too, where they had the separate sleeve for the toolkit and then for the thank you pamphlet. It has 52 colors, including 1 Aurora Borealis, 1 Iridescent, and 4 Fairy Dust Diamonds. I can absolutely tell you, after having worked on Gemini, is the border that goes around is going to be fairy dust, and then there's going to be a lot of the special drills in the celestial objects, so like in the stars and the sun and the moon. So this would be good for fairy tales and folklore. This would also be good for myths and stars, or what's your sign, if those events are happening again. And I love these little Zodiac canvases because they're snack size. But I think that that is a really interesting take of Libra, aka Lady Justice, and the 2 scales. And of course, it's this size and it's around. It works up very easy. Even me, one of the slowest diamond painters ever, it only took me like maybe 3 weeks to finish Gemini. So it's gonna work up quick. Yeah, so the equal sign is all throughout. White in the paws and in the kitty's chest, as well as a little bit in the moon. The clover for our other fairy dust is all in Mr. Sun. The up arrow is going to be in the bluebell flowers. And then, oh my word, the iridescent is the stars. And then the Aurora Borealis is in here, and the highlights and the leaves. That is cool. Okay, moving on. So in the earlier part of 2025, I saw that Diamond Art Club had released Frosted Diamonds. So I didn't get the Little Miss Baker, but this was one of the kits that came right after Witch's Tea House by MrsbutterD. And the windows are what has our Frosted Diamonds. Let's see, 79 colors, including 4 Aurora Borealis, 1 Frosted Diamond, 4 Fairy Dust Diamonds, for a total of 96,309. This is a 65 centimeter by 92 centimeter canvas. That's why there is the number of diamonds that there is. Oh, I actually had kept her in the plastic sleeve because I tried like the dickens to, you know, contain the size of this one, but the drills, like the sheer number of drills in this one. But, you know, I kind of do need some hair ties for my actual hair. I can't just, like, hair tie everything. But even if I hair tied this, it wouldn't make that much of a difference because of, like, the sheer number of drills. Very few kits have frosted, and I'm not gonna like undo all of my hard work to be able to, you know, pull everything out, but there it is right there. It kind of looks like just like a matte jelly sort of diamond. If you would like to see the actual drills outside of the packaging, I'm just going to direct you down to my description box. I'm going to have a link to my unboxing playlist, and then you'll actually be able to see those diamonds. But 1 second while I roll her backwards. Alright, there she is. The Witch's Tea House. And then the, let me see. M on our legend is going to be for the frosted. And it's going to be that bird's eye looking thing. As we can see, it's up in the windows a bit, and then like over there and the top of the doorway where we have the glass. But yeah, it's kind of to make the glass look a little bit opaque. The sunrise symbol is going to be another fairy dust. I know that it is a pale yellow. Or like a pale green. I cannot remember for the life of me where that is. I know that the words tea house are going to be fairy dust. And I know that her hair is going to be an aurora borealis as well. So definitely loads of special drills in this. And moving on to the next. So I will say that 2025 was indeed the year of unicorns, because these next few canvases I had either missed the restock because I just didn't have money at the time and had to wait like a normal person, or they were just out of stock for the rest of forever. Or one of them, even the company that originally had it shut down, and I thought I was never going to see it again. But this was brought back on the 5th anniversary, and I didn't hesitate. I went and I got it. This is Persephone, Queen of the Underworld by It is a round kit, and then we are going to have, we're going to have a little bit of kind of like a hybrid from what we saw earlier versus like the new stuff, because it was originally an older kit. So all of your ABs, if you are getting this as a restock and they're still doing it this way, all of your ABs are going to be up here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 ABs because they're all under 150. And we have 47 colors. So this is her. I did her unboxing just a few months ago, and the special absolutely is going to be, specials are going to be in her diadem or her crown, and then with the halo right above her. You know, Mythic loves to enhance, so I'm probably going to wind up picking out some of my crystals or maybe even some of my leftover electros from one of my Margaret Morales kits and putting it in the halo. Originally, I thought I was going to do her for the 2026 Drills and Chills, but I'm actually more leaning towards spirits now. But regardless, though, I'm glad that I finally managed to get her, because after Diamonds and Washi completed her, I was absolutely sold on this canvas with the finished result, and I wasn't able to get it when it was a new release, so that made me sad, but I'm happy that after 2 years of having waited, it is finally in my possession. And unfortunately, it is out of stock, so you all might have to wait again, but wish listing certainly helps Diamond Art Club gauge community interest in the diamond painting and helps them know when to restock. Moving on. Another one that got away the first time, but I picked up the second time, Under the Stairs by Yuumei Art. Yep, Kiki's Delivery. A lot of us way back in the 90s, for us older folks, were introduced to Studio Ghibli for the first time via Cartoon Network. They went and they showed Spirited Away, and they showed Kiki's Delivery Service by Hayao Miyazaki, and he is a absolute legend and is like, he's like a genius when it comes to watercolor and animation. Yeah. Lots and lots of dark colors, but there are a lot of special drills where we have the Merkaba lights, and then we have the sparkles and like particle effects, magic motes, whatever you call them, coming off of the lights. Since this was an older kit, it's going to follow that principle as well, where everything beneath 150 is going to be an AB. And then we have our one fairy dust down here at the bottom. And then let's see, is that right? Yeah, it is. 59 colors, 4 Aurora Borealis, and 1 fairy dust diamond included. So it's that 3. The 2 and the 3 are going to be most commonly what's found in the lights. The number 1 is going to be in the plants. And then the horizontal line is going to be in a lot of that golden yellow as well. The cat's ears. I would absolutely say, because red is used in an accent color as well, a good enhancement suggestion would be if you did red fairy dust in her bow and then in her shoes. I know that the red is like all, you know, like kind of pulled towards this section of the canvas. But if you felt like Kiki maybe needed to stand out a little bit more, you could absolutely do that. Or you could, you know, make her book be fairy dust as well. Because I know, like, this is, it's got a lot going on. It's kind of busy. So if you felt like she's just getting lost in the sauce, because, like, I can kind of, like, just purely looking at the render, I could kind of sort of see that. Yeah, definitely put some special drills into the book. Okay, moving on to the next. Okay, and we are back with another unicorn flower delivery by Yuumei Art, another Kiki's delivery service, and it is 70 centimeters by 102. So definitely one of my big ends. I think that it's between her magical potions and the mermaid tea time. Those are gonna be my absolute largest canvases. We have 81 colors, including 7 ABs for fairy dust. And yeah, this is another one where it's like, if you didn't get it on the first go around, you had a 2-year plus wait. And it was such a tight fit. I can't believe I packed the diamonds just right to get them all to fit. This is our color story. No, I'm not going to leave her like that. I'm going to roll her backwards. One moment. Oh my goodness. She does not want to behave. Nope, doesn't want to behave at all. My gosh. Okay, here we are. And for reference, this is a full-size mattress. It almost takes up the width of the full-size mattress. But oh my gosh, like, she is absolutely phenomenal. And we can completely understand why everybody would wait for the end of forever for this showstopper. She is gorgeous. And for those of you wondering, yes, at the very end, right after my parade of finishes, I'm gonna go into my trading cards. But yes, that is coming for those of you who are wondering. Okay, moving on. Okay, we are getting there. We have Sleeps with Butterflies by Margaret Morales, 55.6 by 70.2 centimeter round kit, 55 colors including 2 Aurora Borealis and 4 Fury Dust Diamonds, total 51,510, and this was originally a DIY moonshot kit, and unfortunately they have closed their doors. So this was one that I wrote off thinking like, oh, I'm never gonna see this again. And then when it was licensed with Diamond Art Club, I swiped right on that, like, for checkout in my shop app, like, so fast. It was probably, and I remember this too, I was at the allergy clinic on a Saturday at 11, just waiting out the timer for allergy shots, because you have to wait like a certain amount of time to make sure you don't like react before you drive home. And I was like in there like waiting out the countdown before I could leave, and when it came, like, psh, instant swipe right, checkout was shop. This is our color story, and she is absolutely gorgeous. Love the pinks and a little splash of purple. The butterflies and all the flowers remind me of my grandma. So, you know, if everything wouldn't have happened with the car, there was the possibility that I would have done this for the sentimental event if it comes around, and if there are any more sentimental events in 26, I could possibly do this. I don't know. But it is one of the ones where, like, its importance is kind of like a second to Onihime. It's not like my ultimate unicorn or my ultimate rainy day diamond painting, but in terms of like rainy day stash, yes, like this is number 2 in line for my most valued or most treasured diamond painting. And the ABs, a lot of them are gonna be like right here where her dress gets very sheer, and then the end like comes up in this periwinkle color that you see throughout. And then in these roses, you have your fairy dust, and then the down arrow is fairy dust as well. So when we have like the dusty rose or like touches of mauve, it's all in there. And then of course the butterfly wings have some Aurora Borealis with the Christmas tree symbol. And then that is pretty much sprinkled throughout the canvas. Absolutely gorgeous. She was nearly an instant sellout. And I mean, definitely put her on your wish list. She is breathtaking. She's like just the softness, the delicateness of the render. It's everything. Okay, so if you haven't visited the channel before, I picked this up as a recent arrival. It was in the Christmas drop, so like right before Black Friday. Not a whole lot of people unboxed this like when I purchased it. I saw that a few people got it, so I made an unboxing, and then a whole bunch of other people started making unboxings kind of around the same time that I did. Christmas candy shop. Oh yeah, all this now is like on the sleeve. So you have 89 colors, 2 Aurora Borealis, 1 iridescent diamond, and 6 fairy dust. Also, everywhere that you see icing or like the white and the peppermint is essentially going to be a special diamond. And then like that banner thing that they have in the background, like that's all going to be specials as well. I just unboxed this very recently on the channel, hence why I am very familiar with the placement of those specials. But just in case you maybe haven't seen the unboxing, I will go ahead and do that now. And once again, if you feel like maybe I was going a little bit too fast this time, or maybe I wasn't quite as detailed as you wanted, I do have a dedicated playlist for all of my unboxings and unbaggings. So feel free to hop into my description box. I have a link directly to that. But there they are. So this is pretty much going to be my 2026 Jingle Drills canvas or Winter with DAC canvas, unless like something really comes along that like knocks my socks off. But I don't think that you could top something like this. So everywhere that we see an anchor is going to be a white fairy dust 3865. And everywhere that we see a check mark is going to be 3708. So like all of these peppermints right here, and then the candy cane archway right here, that's all special. And then the greater than sign is fairy dust 743. And then this thing is a special as well, Fairy Dust 708. So it's like in her apron. It's like up there in the banner. And then we have an L666 and then a Z666. So you're getting 666 as a crystal as well as a fairy dust. And then there's like the bird beak looking thing. This like this downward carrot looking thing, that's all in this girl's hoodie. And then I think some of it is, yeah, up here in the banner. But there are just like oodles and oodles of special drills all throughout this. And I mean, if you want a reaction video, go ahead and pull that up, because my reaction to this kit was gold. And then here is our color story. So with that being said, we're going to take a look at my recent arrivals for Black Friday. And then after that, two Margarets got restocked at Diamond Art Club. So I am also going to include pictures of them as well, because I do have those on the way. So yeah, stay tuned. So this is my Waiting in the Wings section. Alice and Roses, I acquired middle of July 2025. I already have her unboxing filmed, and then her unboxing is set to go up sometime in January on my channel. Don't know when exactly, but I've already got that like queued up for January, just like trying to plan my quarter 1. And she is still available for purchase on Diamond Art Club as of today's filming, December 11. Dark Lilith, she is currently out of stock at the moment. I picked her up in the middle of August, and I already have her unboxing filmed but not edited. And then Hades and Persephone, that one was a little bit more of a recent purchase. I got this back in the beginning of September, kind of when Drills and Chills first started. That's when they came back into stock. Depending on what I want to do for Fairy Tales and Folklore event that just got announced for February, I might do Dark Lilith. I might do Hades and Persephone. I may not do either. Jury's still kind of out on that one, but I already have these 3 from Margaret Morales Waiting in the Wings. And then these 5 are my Black Friday purchases. So from left to right, we have Oleander. And then we have Yuumei. And then we have Royal Cuddle, Secret Path, and we have Spirits. And y'all are probably kind of wondering, like, what? Like, no newly acquired art by Julia? Like, she had so much. But none of the new ones just didn't speak to me. And, you know, my budget can only go so far. So I'm just like, well, these are my 5 must-haves. And that is what I chose. Obviously, these have not been unboxed. They are still in the plastic in case the glare wasn't an indicator enough. I am going to unbox these shortly, and that's just because tomorrow is trash day. The weather is nice, and then it's about to get cold here again in another couple of days. Not that y'all really care, but I kind of feel like I'm under the gun a little bit while the house is quiet to go ahead and get these five new ones, plus Hades and Persephone, unboxed and recorded and all that. Okay, and we are back at my desk, and this is my trading card binder. So, here are all of my trading cards from my newer kit. I'll try to make the glare minimal, but like the sun as it was shifting, yeah, it's made my room kind of dark. So, hopefully there is not too much glare. The newer kits that are my recent arrivals have not been put into the binder yet. Haven't had a chance to, but once I unbox those and those unboxings air on the channel, then those cards will make their way in here. And then those are my 2 gold cards. So yeah, like we have made substantial progress on unlocking a custom diamond painting. And don't mind the stickers. I kind of like don't know where to put or like what to do with those stickers from small shop hauls and things, so I just stick them in here. All right. So, that is it. If you have made it all the way to the end, then please leave a diamond emoji in the comment section. And I know, like, this was almost a completely different state of the stash this year. Let me know if maybe you do want to see the trading cards, you don't. It's kind of a new thing that was included with some of our kits, so I figure I show those off as well. Let me know what you all think. Are there some where you are desperately waiting to have restocked? Do you have some of these already? Or have you done some of the kits that I already have but not yet worked on? Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Thank you so much for visiting, and I hope to see you later. Bye!